In today's video, we're continuing on with fall decorating here in my home, and we're going to start by working on this table here in my entryway. It's directly off my living room and you can see it from my front door. So without any further ado, let's start decorating this table for fall. Hello my lovely friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I am so pleased to have you here. My name is Kelly. Now for those of you who have been around in the past, I have mentioned once or twice that I do struggle sometimes on how to decorate this table. It does have 3 shelves and they're not spaced that far apart, and sometimes it can get a little difficult on decorating. It can almost make it look a little too cluttered at times. But recently I made a happy discovery, and don't ask me how I didn't know this in the past. We've had this table a fair number of years and I never realized it. But when I was dusting it, I realized that the second shelf, it's a little wobbly. I discovered I can remove this shelf. It has made a world of difference on how this table looks. Let me show you how the table looks and how I've had it for a number of years, and then once I take the shelf out, and what a difference it makes. Here's a glimpse at how the table currently has always stood. 3 shelves, not spaced very far apart, and made sometimes decorating it a little difficult. You couldn't put things on the other 2 shelves that were too high, and it just sometimes looked cluttered. So as I mentioned, I've dusted it for years. It's always wobbled, but I always thought that shelf was built in. And then I suddenly discovered the other day, I can remove it. And look at how it looks now. Now, the reason we don't, I haven't replaced this table is it did cost us quite a few bucks a few years ago. It's quite a nice table in good condition, and there's really no reason to replace it. But now that I can remove the shelf, it has made a world of difference, and I don't feel the need to have to replace it, at least not just yet. So now I'm going to start adding in my fall decor, probably using a lot of the things that I had here on the top shelf before, just doing a little bit of rearranging, such as that beautiful pot from Michael's that I got recently on their clearance. I just love it. And I replaced the picture in this frame here for more of a seasonal fall look, and it really complements the picture above it. And then I'm just going to place some stems in this pot that I have had, again, all from Michael's. The colors from these stems are placed in other rooms in my home, so it just helps the house to feel a lot more cohesive as you walk through. And I really do love the way it looks. They just play off the pictures that are on this table and above it, and I'm really enjoying how it looks. I recently picked up this really pretty wooden pumpkin from HomeSense. They did not have a price on it, so when I took it to an associate, they gave it to me for $16.99. I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then this little tray I found on one of their shelves, and it said it was a package of 2, but there was only 1. So again, the associate, it makes sense, gave it to me for half price. So it's just a pretty little trinket dish to add here, and it's something I can use all year long. I cannot tell you how excited I am to style this bottom shelf now that the other shelf is not in the way. It opens up so many more possibilities for me, and it also gives anything that I put on this shelf a chance to not just breathe, but to be seen. I always felt with the other shelf there before that you couldn't really see all the decor. So this is so exciting, and I love the way it turns out. And I love walking through the home or coming down the stairs. You can really see the arrangement that I placed here. I'm starting off with my favorite wooden dough bowl just to give a little tray to what I have planned here, bringing in more of those colors from above, this time concentrating more on the beige colors and giving the burgundy an accent, whereas it's the opposite above it. And then I'll bring in some pumpkins and some acorns. A lot of my decor, especially the florals, are from Michaels. The big white pumpkin is also from Michaels. I bought it a few years ago. And the little pumpkin is a dollar store find. And then I've had that pear. I believe I got that from HomeSense years and years ago. I thought it was a nice touch because I do associate pears with fall time too. And I just like the little bit of sparkle that it adds to it. And now I'm going to add a bit more texture and a little bit more height to this arrangement by adding in this woven tray to the back of it and leaning it up against the wall. I really love the way this plays off everything, and it almost gives the illusion that things have spilled right out of the tray. At the top of our stairs, and as you come out of my master bedroom and my office, I have this little area here with this hallway table, which is actually from the same store that my entryway table is from. And I haven't really decorated it for months. And I thought, you know what? I think it's time to add a little bit of fall here and just give this space a little bit of a spruce up. That way, it's just a nice little thing to see as I come out of my office, come up the stairs, or out of my master bedroom. And I'm just going to be using all things I've had for a number of years, like this lantern, which is actually from IKEA. And I just added some fall ribbons on it and just going to place it here on top of this tray. It's not exactly wide enough for this lantern. It's a little bit of a balancing act, but you know what? We don't have small kids, so I'm not too worried about it getting bumped up here. I'm using a slightly different color palette up here with the soft sage green pumpkins. I love it. It's a little bit different, and I'm just going to throw on a few acorns, but the orange ribbon again ties into what is happening downstairs. But the green really is going to be a reference back to a blanket that I'm going to be throwing on my bed very soon, and also plays off nicely with the wall, the accent wall that is in my office, which is a very deep sage gray green. I can't remember what color it is, but it's a nice little accent against these green pumpkins. Thanks so much for spending time with me today as I decorated these entryway and hallway tables for fall. I hope that you were able to get a few ideas to try in your own home. And if you did enjoy this video, I hope that you will think about giving it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're not following me over on Instagram, I would love for you to come over there and give me a shout and say hi. And I'll see you next week with more seasonal inspiration. Bye.